Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to RUNE Play-through, this game from gilarpgs and by Spencer Campbell. Before we continue any further, please take a moment to like and subscribe, especially if you've been enjoying this series. Now, we are continuing our journey in the Grim Coast. This realm here, which comes in the basic rule book. Let me just check the positioning. Yep, wonderful, brilliant. Now, we started at location 1. This is where our sigil is, our bonfire in the Souls games where you resurrect when you die and stuff and have your rest action. But again, when that happens, remember, things come back, creatures come back. We have gone to the village, we have gone to the forest, we have gone to the boat yard, boat shop, boat place. We haven't been to the keep yet because I think that's where the Rune Lord is. We have travelled the seas with the boatman to locations 6 and 7. And at 7, we defeated the Lost Knight, a unique enemy. So if I die, from now on, he doesn't come back. Unique enemies don't come back. Everything else will if I die, but he won't. Ha ha ha. That was in part 2. How are we? Well, we're okay. We're at 8 health. We've got a lore of 4 now, which is pretty good. I did find another piece of gear after defeating the Lost Knight, the sun-scorched ring. But I think I'm finding my boots to be very, very useful. So at the moment, I'm not going to switch. In this game, you can switch gear and equipment from others in your inventory during exploration only when you're moving between locations. Right, what else do we need to know? I have the star charts from location 4, so I can basically use the ferry day and night now. Right, we are at, let me cover up stuff we don't want to see. We are at location 6 here on the realm sheet. It is still day, but if I do one more action or move one more location, it will become night. And that's what we're going to do, because at the ruinous camp, we have this Necromancer and 3 skeletons. If I want the Necromancer's key, which is something important that I want to go back to location 2 with, I need to defeat the Necromancer. However, we have a plan, because if I travel to location 7, this is where I fought the Lost Knight during the day. At night, you have another fight with the Necromancer and the Lost Knight. However, we've already killed the Lost Knight. He's not going to be there. It's just the Necromancer, and he's alone, at least to start with. If I roll a 6 for him, he can actually summon skeletons. But it's better that, him on his own, than facing him with 3 skeletons to begin with. And travelling to location 7 will bring me to the night phase. Haha, we have a plan. Whether I'm still going to survive this fight's another question, but we'll see how we do. So, we are going to travel, starting part 3, we're going to travel to location 7. And I've just moved the realm sheet, haven't I? Let me just make sure that this is still in focus and on camera and everything else. Wonderful, brilliant, lovely. Okay. And since we travelled between points, we move the clock. It is now night time. And we can do the fight. Okay. So we are now going to set up the combat grid for our fight against the Necromancer. Back in 1 second. All right. On to the combat against the Necromancer to try and get the Necromancer's key. I've got my longsword, basic shield, and my boots as per usual. The Necromancer has 6 health. Now, he is a long range guy. So if I get close to him, he can't do squat. Range 2 and 3. Very long range, but if I get close, he can't do nothing. On a 1 to 3, he does harm 1. On a 4 to 5, move 1, harm 3. On a 6, he summons a bloomin' skeleton. That's not good. Now, I do have the card for the skeleton handy, in case he does summon them. He also has this special ability, Sap. If the Necromancer deals harm, they recover 1 health. That could be a problem. Well, it does say 1 health, not the same as the harm. So for example, if he rolls a 5, he would be doing 3 harm, but he only recovers 1 health. Okay. Setup. Okay, the grid in terms of terrain was the same against the Lost Knight. So basically, the D column is out with permanent terrain. And this is the setup for the Necromancer, B1. This is the setup for my character, the Engraved, A4. All right, so we got 1 dice for the enemy and we got 2 dice for us because this is our stamina. You roll a number of dice equal to your stamina and then allocate. But the enemy, since there's only 1 enemy at the moment, he's only rolling 1 dice. Now I need to get close to this little bod. I really do need to get close to him and hope that he doesn't roll 6s. Right, combat round as before. 5 steps. First step is to determine enemy actions. So we roll. Oh, you gotta be. No, here we go. Now, the game has been fairly kind to me so far in playthrough part 1 and 2. Now we see the dice gods having their revenge. They were trolling me. Here we go. Right. Summon a skeleton in any adjacent space. Well, he's not going to be moving or doing anything else, but he is going to be summoning a skeleton, which is not good. So, step 2, move enemies and non-harm actions. Well, summoning is a non-harm action. So let me bring on the card for the skeletons. But he's only summoning this turn, so he has adjacent space. There are 3 adjacent spaces, so I'm going to roll to see which space the skeleton comes in at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 4, so so he summons the skeleton right in front of him. That is annoying. That really is annoying. Oh, because that's where I was planning to try and move. Right, let's see what we can do. Because now, step 3, determine engraved actions. What are we going to get? Double 4, okay. That's kind of... Now, in this game, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, you can sum the dice together, which would give me 8 in this case, but it has to be the specific number. Just because I add them together and get an 8 doesn't mean I can use the highest value. No, it basically means you can use whatever here. So an 8 would be useless because there is no 8 value. So I'm going to split it 4 and 4 because again, you can only use a weapon once per round. So we're going to be block 1, move 1 and harm 2. The problem is I'm not going to be able to do any of that because my range is adjacent. I can only hit things which are in the 4 squares around me. Okay, so I'm just going to have to move, aren't I? All right, I want to try and get close to the Necromancer if possible. So let's move here because I can only move 1 square and you can't move diagonal. And that's it. I can't do anything else. So that was step 4, move the engraved. Step 5, deal harm and complete other actions. Well, he's not in range of me because he's not adjacent. Skeleton's not doing anything. Now, skeleton does have same and adjacent. So that's the end of the first round. He summons a skeleton, I move a little bit, and that's it. Okay. Round 2, and now we are rolling for the skeleton as well. So let's roll for the Necromancer first. We get a 3. For the skeleton, we get a... Oh my god. Oh, I hate my dice. Now the Necromancer is not moving, but he's doing harm 1. But the thing is, his range is 2 or 3 spaces, which means unless I can get 2 move, he's going to hit me. Nuts. The skeleton can move 2 and harm 2. Oh dear. Right. So that's step 1, determine enemy actions. Step 2, move enemies and non-harm actions. So the Necromancer's not moving. He's not doing any other actions. The skeleton can move 2. So the enemies always try to get as close as they can within range. So he is same and adjacent. Now, he could move there and be in range. But he has moved 2 and he has to get as close as he can. So he will move into the same space as me. Now, I've got to move it like I need at least 2 moves. Oh, okay. What are we going to get? Oh, nuts. Now, this is bad news for me. A 1 can't be used on either weapon. You see, there's nothing for 1s here. A 2 can only be used on the sword. So if I use the 2, I'm going to do 1 harm, but I can't move. Nuts. If I don't move, I also can't hit because I don't have the same square as a range. So I'm going to have to sum these together to get a 3. Now the question is, do I allocate to the sword to get move 1, harm 2? Or do I allocate to the shield to get block 1? Now the skeleton's doing 2 harm, and at this range, 1, 2, 3, the necromancer's also doing 1. So I'll be taking 3 harm. I can block 1 and take 2. Or move 1, harm 2. I could move here. Necromancer can still hit me. Skeleton can still hit me. Nuts. But I can do 2 harm to the skeleton. But I'll be taking 3 damage. Oh God. Actually, if I put here, I can use my boots because I'm not getting moved from my weapons or my shield. So I will get 1 move from my boots. So it'd be move 1, block 1. So I could move here. And instead of doing the 2 harm, I'd be blocking 1, which means I'll only be taking 2 damage. The difference is 1 point of damage and me doing 2 points of damage. So I think I'm going to be aggressive. So I think I'm going to use my sword, which will allow me to move 1, harm 2, but I won't get the benefit from the boots. So I'm going to move, I can only move 1, so I can move there. They can both still hit me, but I'll be doing 2 harm as well. Okay, so I'm going to take 3 damage, which isn't good. So I'm taking 3 damage, but I'm doing 2 damage to this skeleton. Okay, so he's on half health. I'm now down to 5 health. Oh my God. You may see me die. You may see the death penalty in action. All right, so that's not good. All right, let's continue to the next phase, the next round. Okay, Necromancer gets a 4, move 1, harm 3. The skeleton gets, oh my God, what the hell? Ooh. Okay, so the skeleton's going to move again on the same space as me. The Necromancer can move 1. At the moment, they're in range. But again, it's about closest range, isn't it? Because they could sort of move there. I mean, that would kind of make sense for a Necromancer to move there. But it says in the rules about moving as close as they can. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to check that because the Necromancer, if I was the Necromancer, I'd be moving back there. Well away from me, but still within range. Let me just quickly check the rules once more. Yeah, I mean, the rules are very specific. They move to the closest they can. So, I mean, if I was the Necromancer, I'd definitely be moving there. But no. So, they're already within range, so the Necromancer's not going to move. Okay. It's going to be doing 3 damage. Oh my God. Necromancer's doing 3, Skeleton's doing 2. They can actually kill me this turn. But, let's see what the dice allow me to do. Let's see what the dice gods are going to allow me to do. Let's check. Oh my God, it's not much better. This ain't much bloomin' better. I've got a 2 and a 3, which if I use them by themselves, because again, I can't use the 2 on the shield. If I do that, I can harm 1, block 1, and because there's no move, I can move 1. That's one option, because of my boots. I can sum to get a 5, which would allow me to move 1, harm 2, or move 1, block 2. So at the moment, I'm taking... Okay, so if I move here, the Necromancer cannot hit me because the range is 2 and 3, not adjacent. So I don't have to worry about the 3 harm from that. Okay, let's play offensive. Let's play offensive. So I'm using the... I'm summoning them to get that. Again, because I can't use the 2 here, so it's lost anyway. All right, so I'm going to move here, which then negates the Necromancer's attack because the range is 2 or 3 spaces. Okay. But I'm still going to take 2 damage from the skeleton. So I'm down to 3 life. I'm doing 2 harm to him, which brings him up to 4. So he is dead. Okay. It was that was a big risk. I had to do it. I've got 3 life left. Oh my god. Okay. Next round. Just 1 dice. Okay. Necromancer gets a 5. Okay. That was nearly a 6. Move 1, harm 3. Now the thing is, I'm near the Necromancer now, so I'm pretty much guaranteed of spaying next to her. Okay. I think I'm okay. So move 1. They're going to move here, which brings them into range. If I had gone here, they would have been in range as well, but again, it's a bit of a corner. So I'm going to bring the Necromancer over here, move 1. She's then going to do harm 3 to me, possibly. But what am I going to get? Oh, okay, a 6 and a 2. Now again, I can't, if I sum these, an 8's no good because I don't have anything with 8. That could be useful, and forget that. So the options are, because again, I can't use the 2 on the shield, to use the 6 on the sword, which gives me move 1, harm 3. I could move here, do 3 harm. She doesn't hurt me because I'm inside her range. The other option is to do that, where I move 1, block 2 and harm. That doesn't make sense. So I'm going to allocate the 6 to my sword. I'm going to move here, step 4, move engraved. Now we're at step 5, deal harm. I am inside her range, so she doesn't hurt me, but I do 3 harm to her. Nice, she's down to 3, she's at half life. But whenever she deals harm, she recovers 1 health. That's the problem. All right, end of that phase. We are now at the next round. What's the Necromancer going to do? She gets a 2. So she's going to do harm 1, but she doesn't move. Okay, what do I get? I get a 4 and a 2, which I could do this, bonk bonk, or I could add them together to get a 6. Move 1, I don't need to move, and I don't want to move because I don't have range of self, or same, sorry. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to move. So what happens in step 5, deal harm. She does 1 harm to me, but I'm inside her range and she can't move. I get this. I do 3 harm to her, which brings it to 6. She has 6 health. She dead. The Necromancer's dead. Bye-bye. Very nice. Okay, that was a little bit worrying to begin with, but once I got close, it was okay. But I am down to 3 life. Let's go back to the realm sheets. All right, so we have defeated the Necromancer. So the combat is complete. So we move the clock. Still nighttime. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, when defeated, find the Necromancer's key, if not already found, and the Sun-Scorched Ring. I've got the Sun-Scorched Ring already. That was got when I killed the knight. Okay. And we have the Necromancer's key. Necro key. Now I need to go back to location 2 to use that. Okay, great, amazing, wonderful. So we've done that. We've done the fight. We've found the key. Now I want to go back and investigate what's at the village. I think back to the village. So we are now going to move to location 6. Another segment there. Let me just check and make sure that there's nothing special or whatever. Okay, at the camp, this is still during the night, so we've done everything at night. We are then going to move to location 4, advance the clock again. So location 4, excuse me 1 second. Location 4, the boathouse, it is at night. We've done everything at night. Okay, still good. We now travel back to location 2, which is the village, and it is daytime. So we go back to the village and it is daytime. All right. However, dang it, the delve has to be done at night. Ah, nuts. All right, so I'm just going to... Actually, no, because I need to heal. I need to heal. So what I'll do before I do this, what I'll do is I will go back to the sigil, location 1. So I'm coming back to the sigil, which is here, and I'm going to rest. Oh, hang on, unmark all fights. Oh, nuts, that may not be such a good idea. Oh, I didn't think of this, did I? Whatever, I need to rest because I've only got 3 life left after that fight with the Necromancer. So I'm going back to the sigil. Did I? I think I did this the movement already. So I've done that. I'm now going to rest, which will be another action, so another bit of time. Okay, so I heal back all of my wounds. Excellent. But all of the fights involving normal enemies come back. So now, let me just move this out of the way for a second. I've got to go back to everywhere that I did a fight. Not that one, not that one. I've done this one. So the zealots and the mercenaries are back if I go to location 4. And I think, if I remember correctly, the Necromancer is back as well. Oh, the Necromancer is unique as well. I didn't think it was unique. Did it say unique on the card? No, it doesn't. Okay, on the card, the Necromancer card, it doesn't actually say unique like it does for the Lost Knight. That's why I didn't think the Necromancer was unique, but it says here that the Necromancer is unique. What does it say? Yeah, it says here as well, unique. So the Necromancer is supposed to be unique. It's supposed to say on that card that it's unique. Okay, great. So that means the Necromancer doesn't come back either. Excellent. That's good news. Right, so it's just 7. Nope. So it was just the fight that I had against the Zealot and the Mercenaries. That's the only one where the guys come back. Because I haven't done any other combats yet, have I? Okay. All right, that's not too bad, I suppose. So we are now at the sigil. So we're back here. Excellent. So we have rested, we've recovered all of our health. But it's still not night. I've got another 2 segments before it comes night. So what I will do is I will move daytime. Should I go? Yeah. Let's move to the forest. 1 segment. Forest was number 3. We are currently during the day. Okay, now I do have the option. Where's the map gone? There's the map, there you go. Right, so I do have the option, since it's during the day, of fighting the Zealots and the Writher. And I could then find Navigator packs and search. At the moment, I don't... I mean, the packs would be nice, but I don't think it's worth fighting for at the moment. So I think I'm going to choose not to fight, and I'm going to move to location 2, which means it turns to night. It is now night time, and I go to the village. We are now back at the village, and it is now night time. And I need to use that key to get another lore and to get a new spell. Yes. I'm not sure exactly what the spell is going to do, but I want it. I want it. Give me 1 second and I will set up the combat grid. Okay, I have set up the combat grid. I'm using the dirt, the dirt combat grid. I've got a number of different grids. Sand, trees, concrete or stone, and also dirt, because we're in the village. So there is no terrain in this fight. We have 2 skeletons at A1 and A2. We have a ghoul at B3, and we have our PC, the Engraved, at C3. Now, let's take a look at the enemies. The ghoul and the skeletons both have 4 each, so they've each got 4 health. They're all undead, so that ring could have been useful, I suppose. They're both hitting at same and adjacent, which could be a problem. And, oh my god, the ghoul, if he rolls a 6, can heal 3 life. That ain't good. Unnaturally resilient predators have a 6th sense for corpses, making them excellent trappers of the Engraved. Oh, I'm a corpse. Oh, wonderful. We start right next to the ghoul, so obviously they kind of surprise us by the looks of it. That's not a good starting position. Okay, so step 1, determine enemy action. So we have to roll dice for the enemy. So let's roll for the ghoul. He gets a 3. The skeletons, let's start with the one at the top, A1. He gets a 2, and then the other skeleton gets a 4. Okay, so the ghoul gets a 3, move 1, harm 1. So we're now at step 2, move enemies and non-harm actions. So the ghoul, again, like I've said in previous episodes, the enemies will always try to get as close to you and stay within range. So the ghoul has same and adjacent. So, I mean, technically he could stay where he is, but he always tries to get to the closest range. So the ghoul will actually move into the same square as me. And he's going to do harm 1. 1 damage. The skeleton at the top, actually both of them are the same. Move 1, harm 1. Okay, so neither of them can actually get into contact with me just yet. So they're both going to move 1 space. Okay. All right, so that's moving the enemies done. Right, third, determine engraved actions. Right, we roll 1 dice per stamina. What do we get? Oh no, that's not good at all. See, the problem is that I can't use a 2 with the shield. It doesn't have an action for 2. So, I'm going to have to combine it one way or the other. So I'm going to combine these into a 4, which is something else you can do. Now I either put it here, move 1, harm 2, or I put it here for block 1. Now the ghoul is doing 1 harm. So I could potentially block it. And thanks to my boots, I could move 1 square. Or, I mean, I've got 3 enemies, so I want to try and start doing damage. Or I could move 1 and harm 2, which would bring the ghoul down to 2 health. That might be the best thing to do. So I'm going to move 1. So I'm going to move here, I think. So I'm moving to there. Let's hope I do this right. Okay. So step 4 is done. I just moved my guy. Step 5, deal harm. Right. So these skeletons are not in range. The ghoul does 1 harm to me. So I take 1 damage. But I do 2 harm to him. So he takes 2 damage. Okay. And that is the first turn done, or the first round done. Let us go to the next round. So determine enemy actions. Ghoul gets a 5. Oh, that's not good at all. Top skeleton, B1, gets a 1. And then B2 gets a 3. So the skeletons again are going to be moving 1 and harming 1. Sorry, up here. Yeah, here's skeletons. Yeah. And the ghoul's got a 5, move 2, harm 1, gain 1 health. Nuts! Damn it. Okay, so move 2, but again, he's going to move onto me. So he's going to move to here. Because again, he's trying to get as close as he can. That's the move. And non-harm action, so he will heal back 1. That's not good at all. These guys will move 1. I think this guy would probably move down here. Okay, that's all they can do. So that's the move and non-harm actions. Now I've got to find out what I can do. The 1's useless, and I can't add it either. But I do have a 6. Now with the 6, I could move and block 2, or I could move and harm 3. That's better, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go offensive. I'm going to do that. So I can move 1. So I'm going to move to here, so I can actually hit the guy, because I don't have a range of same, yeah? Okay, so I'm going to move there. Okay. Step 5, deal harm. Okay, again, these guys are out of range. They don't do anything. The ghoul got a 5. So he's going to do 1 damage to me. But I do 3 damage to him. He has 4 health. So the ghoul be dead. Yes, very nice. Great start. Excellent, excellent, excellent. But I've taken 2 damage. So I'm down to 8 health. On to the next round. And 1 less enemy. Right. So we're doing for the enemies first. So the first skeleton at B2 gets a 5. Second skeleton gets a 3. Okay, so I don't have to worry about the ghoul anymore, which is good. All right, so a 5, move 1, harm 2, and the 3, move 1, harm 1. Okay, well, they're both going to move towards me. But at the moment, they can't do any damage, because you can't hit adjacent, you can't hit diagonal. So this guy's going to do 1 damage, this guy's going to do 2 damage if I move into their attacks. Okay, so I'm thinking, let's see what the dice say. All good plans, all really depend on the dice. What do I get? That's pretty good. Okay, I've got a 6 and a 4. Now this guy's doing 1 damage, yes? Yeah, so I could actually move, I could do that, and I could do that. Move 1, block 1, and harm 3. That sounds good, doesn't it? So I could move to here. This is the guy that's doing 1 harm, so I can block that and then hit him for lots. Yep, okay. So step 4, move me. I'm going to move there. Sweet. Now it's step 5, dealing harm. So this guy doesn't do anything, he's out of range. This skeleton does 1 damage to me, but I have block 1, so I block it. And I do 3 damage to him. He's not dead because they have 4 health, but he's not healthy. That was a good turn. On to the next round. First skeleton at B3 gets a 3. Second skeleton gets a 6. A 6 is move 2, harm 2. So, movement. This guy is going to move on to me. He can move 2, but he only needs to do that. This guy has got a 3, move 1, so he's going to move there. So, at the moment, they're both in range and could potentially do 3 damage to me. But I'm hoping, I'm hoping that I'm going to get the dice rolls I need to not let them. Right, what do I get? Step 3, determine my actions. I get, oh my god. Again, the 1's useless. If I combine, becomes a 4. But it doesn't really matter, does it? 3s are the same, so that's useless. I'll combine it just for the sheer hell of it. So I've got a 4. So I can either move 1, harm 2, so I could kill that guy, or I could move 1, block 1, which is no good because that guy's doing 2 harm. I think I'm going to go offensive again. Move 1, harm 2. Okay, so now I move my guy. So move 1, I bring him up to here, which now brings me out of range of this guy. But yeah, that's it. Okay, so this guy would be doing 1 harm, but it's same and adjacent, so I'm out of range of this guy. This guy got a 6, so he's doing 2 harm. Ugh. Ow. But I am doing 2 harm back. He's only got 4 health. He's on 3 wounds already. So he be dead. Choppity chop. Okay. But I've taken 4 wounds. That isn't good. This guy hasn't taken any wounds yet. Okay, next round. Enemy gets a 5. Move 1, harm 2. Okay, so he's going to move there. Me, what do I get? I need some good stuff. That's not too bad, I suppose. Okay, so he's got a 5, so he's going to be doing 2 harm. So I could really use the block. A 3 is only going to block 1. So I think I'm going to keep it like this. So I'm putting the 5 on the shield and I'm putting the 3 on the longsword. Okay, now I do have the opportunity to move 2. I don't think I need to. I've got to stay adjacent to use my sword, so I'm not going to move. I'm just going to stay where I am. Okay, step 5, deal harm. So the skeleton is going to do 2 harm to me, but I have block 2, so no damage to me. And I now do 2 damage to him. So he's on half health. Excellent. Next round. The skeleton is going to... Oh, not a time for him to roll a 1. Move 1, harm 1. Okay, so he's going to move into my square. What are my actions? Oh, yes. That'll do. So I can move 2. I only need to move 1. Okay. Okay. Dealing harm. Okay, so this guy rolled a 1, so he's going to do 1 harm, but I've got block 2. So no damage to me, and I do 3 harm to him. He's only got 2 wounds left. He be dead. Right, we got rid of all the skellies and the ghoul. Nice, nice, nice. The path is now open for the delve. Very, very good. But I took 4 wounds. That's not good. Okay, give me a sec. I'll clear this up. We'll go back to the book. Okay, back to the realm pages. We have completed the fight. So the clock passes. 1 step. Still nighttime. Okay. But we did take 4 wounds, so I'm down to 6 health. Now I'm thinking that I might want to go back to the sigil, heal myself up before I continue on to the keep. I think. Right, now that the fight has been done and I have thwarted those villains, I can now do the delve. So we move the clock 1 more step because we completed an action. The delve must have the Necromancer's key. Yes, we do. Right, broken laboratory equipment is strewn about amidst plans for a castle. A series of runes glow in the wall above a skeleton chained below. Increase lore by +1, so I've now got 5 lore. Excellent. And gain the siphon spell. Ooh, got a new spell. What's this then? Okay, it's a weapon spell. Adjacent and 2 spaces, so that's not bad. What does it do? So on a 4+, drain. Deal harm equal to drain to the enemy and recover that much health. Ooh, 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 that's really useful. But there's no move on here. But I do have move on the shield. Now, should I swap this for my longsword? I'm kind of thinking that I want to switch the spell for my longsword. I mean, the longsword gives me more opportunities to move, but this heals. Oh, what to do? Now I can swap because we are going to be in the exploration stage now. So I'm really tempted to swap this in. Get rid of the sword and do this. Yeah, I think I will. So I'm going to equip the siphon spell as my weapon. I'm going to put this longsword into my inventory. So I've now got a spell and my shield, and that is very, very nice. Okay, great. However, I still think I'm going to go back to the sigil to heal up before I continue on, because I've kind of explored everywhere. I've explored everywhere except for the keep where the Rune Lord has to be, because he hasn't been anywhere else. So that's going to be my next destination, but I think I'm going to go back to the sigil first and then come back. What that's going to do in terms of day or night time, I don't know. I don't know what effects that's going to have on this location. I haven't really read it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to travel back to the sigil. Let's get rid of that for a second. So we're going to travel back to the sigil, which is location 1. Move the clock 1 step forward. So we're back at the sigil. And I'm going to rest. So recover all of my health. Thank you very much. I'm back to 10. Another segment, so it's now daytime. And unmark all fights in the realm. Yeah, this is the this is the nasty bit, because it's just like the Dark Souls games. So we've got to unmark this. So the ghouls and skeletons are back. That one hasn't been done. I think that's the only one, because I think all the others were unmarked when I healed the last time. Let us travel to location 2. So again, moving the clocks. We're still daytime. So we're at location 2. So we're back at the village. It is daytime. So we've done everything during the day. Now, I want to move to location 5, which is the keep. But I don't want to reveal anything until the next episode. I don't know. I think we've got glances of the pages already from when I've been moving the book around. But I think I'm going to leave I think it must be the final battle against the Rune Lord. Wow. Okay. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the game so far. Next episode's going to be the boss fight, I think, probably. So keep an eye out for that. Thanks again for watching. I do hope you've been enjoying this, and if you have got the game, I hope you are enjoying playing it. Like I always say, please remember to like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Ring the bell so you can get notified when the next episode comes out. And take care of yourselves. Stay safe. See you in the next video. Cheers.